Okay, so in the last video, we coded up the edit role button. So now we can edit the role of people that are under our level. But we haven't done anything with our remove button so far. So if you click this thing, nothing happens. Now, our remove button actually is connected to the JavaScript already because it has the class of remove roster. Now, if we go to our code and we look at our JavaScript, we actually have that code. We have button.remove roster. So that's the code. Now, the code is much the same as our edit role button. So if you haven't watched that video yet, then I highly suggest you watch the previous video. Takes the org person ID much the same way as we took it for the edit role button. But we don't have to grab the type position ID because we're gonna set the type position ID to 0. So that's why in our prior code in our people.html, that's why you have our type position ID equals 0, because if we remove the person, then we set their type position ID to 0 and we have to take care of that case. Now I want you to pause the video right now and try to code this feature up all by yourself. Try it as an exercise and see what you might come up with. Okay, so if you pause the video and tried it for yourself, then that's great. You can check your answers against what we're going to do next. Now, I want you to go to your routes, and it's much the same thing as the last video. We're going to do a post of org people removed from company, and for the reasons that are much the same as what I mentioned in the last video. So I'm not going to go through it again. And again, what we need to do here is we need to write a new function. We need to write the remove from company function. So what I want you to do is I want you to do a def remove from company. Gotta close it with an and or an end. And let's just put a comment here to remind us what this thing does. Removes a person from the company. So how we start off, much the same as before, org person, find them by ID. And we already given the parameters through the AJAX, so we have the parameters of the ID. Now I want to update this person's info. Update. And I want to set the type position ID to 0. Or you could use the type position ID I give them parameters. Doesn't really matter. They're both 0. And the org company ID equals to nil. Because if you remove a person, then it could be that you're removing them entirely from the company. So we want to set as org company ID, not org company nil, to nil, because you could say that this person's fired. And you want to set his contact info, or you want to grab his contact info. So let's do org contact find by org person ID, and let's find him by ID. Why? Because the org company ID actually shows up in two places. It shows up in the person model and in the contacts model. So we need to update them in both places. So you do the same as above, if I can only type. Contact info update org company ID. Let's change that to nil. And to show you that I'm not telling a lie, you can see that there's an org company ID in the org people table, and there's a company ID in the org's contacts table. So that's that. Let's go flip over to our page. Let's close this off. Let's refresh, and let's just restart our server just in case. Yada yada yada. Come on, start already. Okay, great. Let's refresh our page, and let's click remove and hope it works. Okay, so the person's removed. You can see that the only person in this roster now is just me. If we flip over to our other account, then you can see that it goes back to select our company, select the company, and the extra options aren't there anymore because, well, the guy's fired. So that's it for today's video on removing a person from your company. Pretty cool stuff. This code is much the same as the edit code or edit position code, so you don't really need to worry about it that much. I hope you wrapped your heads around it. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you have not already. And leave any comments or questions in the comment box below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.